Hi everyone, my name is Scott Cole, brand manager for HKS USA, and today I just wanted to take a minute to talk about HKS's latest Hipermax IV coilovers and cover the differences between the GT and the SP series. So today I pulled both the GT and SP versions of the FRS BRZ coilover kits. We can see an apples to apples comparison here. I'll go over the differences and the highlights, so by the end of this video you should be able to make an educated decision on which series best suits your needs and expectations. I've read some people on the forums say that the GTs are only for the street, the SPs are only for the track. While that statement may have some merit, it's certainly not 100% correct. All these coilovers are used on HKS's in-house race cars, and they're both definitely comfortable on the street and confident on the track. First and foremost, all HKS Hipermax coilovers feature monotube construction, just like professional race cars. One of the biggest advantages of a monotube shock is its ability to run inverted or upside down. This allows the body, or the heaviest part of the shock, to get mounted to the chassis, while the piston down here is connected to the control arm, which reduces unsprung weight, which increases the feel and response of your suspension. All HKS coilovers are application specific, street and track tuned. So this isn't a universal shock just made to fit an FRS. This coilover was actually manufactured to meet the specific needs of the FRS, meaning if you opened up a GTR kit, you're not going to see the same thing inside each box. All HKS coilovers are competitively priced and arguably the best value for this level of quality. They're all handmade in Japan by an industry icon that's been making suspension since the mid-90s. From the factory, the FRS and BRZ have inverted shocks in the front, so of course HKS Hipermax is inverted as well. That means the body of the shock is actually up here and the piston is actually down there. All HKS Hipermax shocks are 30-way adjustable. You can see the adjuster down here. And HKS does extensive R&D on every application before its release, so you can be sure that every Hipermax kit is complete, preset, ready to install and drive right out of the box. That saves us time and money getting the car set up, which is a good thing for us do-it-yourself guys. From HKS's baseline or optimum settings, you can go 15 steps firmer or 15 steps softer on your damping to get your car to feel exactly the way you want. And that's where we encounter our first difference between the two series. Baseline settings for the SP is going to be anywhere from 5 to 15% firmer than the GTs. The bottom brackets are all adjustable individually, which allows for a broad range of height and damping adjustment, like some coilover kits that might cost up to twice the price. On these FRS BRZ kits, the bottom brackets are made out of steel because of OEM stress points, but HKS typically uses billet aluminum wherever they can to save weight, wherever it's safe to do so. Adjustment collars for the bottom brackets and spring perches are PNE coated, which is about 5 times more corrosion resistant than a standard electroplate. And they both feature nice white powder coated coils. And this is where we encounter our second difference. The spring rate on the SP kits are going to be anywhere from 5 to 25% firmer than the spring rates on the GT kits. Still a smooth ride, just a little tighter feel. Working our way up, you can see both series have billet top mounts with adjustable pillow balls. However, this is where we're going to encounter our third and final difference between the series. If we go over to the rears, SP series still uses a pillow ball on the top, whereas the GT series uses an OEM style rubber bushing for a little smoother ride. And while we're on the rears, as you can see, bottom brackets are still both individually adjustable. However, they're billet aluminum instead of steel like the fronts. Still 30-way adjustable. And the adjuster's up here. HKS gives you a cool little tool to dial that in. And as you can see overall, the rears look pretty much identical. Biggest difference is the baseline settings for the SP are a little bit firmer than that in the GT. Those are the differences. So which series is right for you? Well, I tell everyone that asks me, if the majority of your driving is done on the street and you want a confident and comfortable ride with the ability to dial it up for track days, go with the GTs. If you compete with your car, or if you don't mind sacrificing a little compliance for a little more adjustability, go with the SPs. Regardless of which series you choose, we're confident you're going to be blown away by the comfort and performance of each. This is Scott. Thanks for watching. Be sure to stay tuned for our next video where we're going to break down HKS's entire exhaust series.